Hi there, daring and mighty ladies. Welcome to this week's D&M. And on the couch today, I wanted to talk to you about 2 of the 6 human needs. Tony Robbins speaks about the 6 human needs, and if you're interested, if you go onto YouTube, I'm sure you'll find plenty of videos of him teaching around the subject. But in a snapshot, he believes that all of us humans have these 6 human needs. 4 of them are required for our basic survival. Those 4 are your need for certainty, a need for variety, a need for love and connection, and a need to feel significant. And the final 2 human needs are needs of our spirit, and that is contribution to society and service, and growth, so growth of our spirit. So what I'm kind of interested in at the minute, because I've been, obviously I've talked to a lot of women, and one of the biggest things that comes up is fear, and fear of change, and fear of really stepping into who they really want to be. And whatever that is for them, in many cases it's a career change, it could be a relationship change, it could be, starting a new business, all sorts of different things. And the thing with fear is necessary. Yeah, fear, I believe that when we feel fear, we are in a stretch of some description. We are stretching outside of our comfort zone. And we can control the level of the stretch. There's no point in stretching ourselves so far that we go into total panic and overwhelm and anxiety. We don't need to do that to ourselves. But to grow as a human being, to put yourself in a level of stretch is really healthy. And what can come up when we go into that stretch is to feel a bit frightened, because we don't know what's coming next, because we are literally daring to step out of our comfort zone. And, for me personally, when I feel fear, it's a sign to me that I've chosen to grow in some way. I've chosen to expand my experience of life. And I have developed over time a hell of a lot of trust and faith in not only myself, but in the universe and God and the support that is absolutely fundamentally available to me. But, getting to that level of faith and trust has taken time, absolutely. And the only way to develop it is to continually stretch outside my comfort zone. And every time I survive, it's proof that I can do it, that I can trust myself, that I can trust my thoughts and feelings, and more importantly, I can trust my desires, and I can trust that I'm held safe by something larger. So bringing that back into the first 2 fundamental human needs of certainty and variety, I find this piece really, really interesting. We get certainty from all sorts of things. We get certainty from knowing that we have a safe house to live in. We get certainty from knowing that X amount of income is coming in every month. We get certainty from knowing that, when we do our Sainsbury's shop, the food that's going to turn up is nourishing and healthy and safe for us to eat. Really kind of basic. It's absolute survival mode basics that come within the human requirement for certainty. The requirement for uncertainty or variety is equally as important. Now, we can get that in healthy ways. We can get it in quite unhealthy ways. An unhealthy way to ensure you're experiencing uncertainty in your life could be drinking too much, because, when you're drunk, you don't know how you're going to behave. So there's some uncertainty in that. You can get it in rather adventurous, exciting ways. If this is your thing, you could go for a bungee jump. Massive uncertainty there. Literally, you might not survive it. You don't know how you're going to feel when you're, springing back up. So there's some uncertainty there. And there's there's all sorts of ways we can get uncertainty in our life. And the reason I'm bringing those 2 pieces up just now is because when we start to feel fear in our life, let's just use job change, for example. You want to get out of the job you're in and, say, start a new business. And lots of fear is going to come up. All of your certainties around, what you're doing day to day, you've got your boss, you know what your income is, you know what bus you catch, that all disappears. And you have huge fear around, how am I going to replace that? So yeah, it fills this uncertainty bucket. But what I wanted to suggest to you is that you can become certain in your uncertainty. You can become certain in your uncertainty. So every time you take a step towards, the day you write your resignation letter, yeah, there's fear and uncertainty around how that's going to be received. And you hand it in and no one died. Actually, perhaps you're congratulated by your colleagues. Your boss is actually excited to watch you step forward and do something that you really, really want to do. And hey, you overcame that hurdle and you overcame that fear. And you've given yourself some proof that you can do it. You trust yourself. And you're inspired to do it again. So you have some certainty in the uncertain action that you've taken. So then you go home and you think, right, okay, it's time to take the next step and I want to start my new business. And you take the baby steps forward to make that happen for yourself. And every time you do, every time you survive it, every time you have some result from that, you are given proof that you can trust yourself, that you're capable, that you're able to actually create what it is that you really, really desire. So I really just want to encourage you to develop certainty in all that you're uncertain about, that it's okay. That if you're feeling fear, you're literally you're at that stretch stage in your life, which is really exciting because it means you are expanding who you are and you're about to enter a new phase of your life, which is more deeply a life that you desire. So I hope some of what I've said there inspires you. If you're on the edge of making some big decisions in your life, in whatever part of your life, then really consider that the fear you might be feeling is an exciting thing. It's totally daring and mighty. So I really encourage you to go for it if it's what your heart desires. And the universe is going to support you, I know it. If you have any comments about this video, if you want to share what you've been fearful about, if you want to share what your next big leap of faith is, please do leave your comments below. I'd love to hear them and I will respond. And until next time, sending you so much love. See you later. Bye.